This is the place to learn about that tomorrow. If you'd like to meet entrepreneurs from Israel working in Tampa, and if you are interested in selling to Israel, the Florida Israel Business Accelerator has their Innovation Fusion event coming up on the 22nd. The Youth Entrepreneurship and Employment Expo is going on the 23rd, 22nd. Also, that is at PTech. At PTech. Good Burger Award. Our nomination deadline is coming up on the 23rd. If you or someone you love knows a great company, a great organization, a great weekly networking event for two entrepreneurs presenting for 6 minutes and then getting 20 minutes of Q&A, please log on to stpete.com/goodburger to nominate whatever that organization may be. Ignite Tampa Bay is coming up. Ignite Tampa Bay is like a cool, almost TED Talk type event. You have a set amount of slides, a set amount of minutes. You can give a presentation on anything. That's coming up on the 29th. We have a discount code for that, community. That will all be in our weekly email, so if you'd like to check that out, we will get some money off. And then the Tampa Bay Etsy crew is presenting their 6th annual Etsy craft party at the Coliseum coming up on the 8th of July. That's always a fun one. Tons of cool stuff out there. But without further ado, you may remember our next guest from such presentations as the one where we got these shirts.
Hello, how is everybody? Good. All right, so my name is Michael McLean. I'm the founder and CEO of VenueViking. I've been up here presenting a couple different companies, but this is one of them. We've been going for about 2 years. I've presented this company twice now. I'm going to go ahead and give you kind of a snapshot of what the company looks like right now to date. So this is our landing page right now. When you land on VenueViking, you are able to search for your favorite venue. So if you're planning an event of any type, you have weddings, birthday parties, it doesn't matter. We can go to VenueViking.com and easily navigate through this. We have featured cities and featured venues down here below. And then we'll go ahead and type in a little sunny St. Pete, which it hasn't been very sunny lately. But search results will populate. We have a filtering up at the top here, so you can break it down by category, event type, guest count, and food option. We have a workable map over here to the right in case you're looking for a specific area you want to plan your event. When we click into a specific venue, we'll go to my favorite one, Station House St. Pete here locally. You got a nice HD slider at the top. Scrolling down, you have some general information about the facility, featuring social links, website links, capacity, general overview and space features. We have reviews on the site. Going down a little further, you have a nice photo gallery here. We actually break out the individual spaces so guests can look and see what each space features and how many people each space holds. And then you have the contact form down at the bottom so the person planning the event can reach directly out to the event planner or venue manager. So, a couple of things now that you know what we look like. Back to the presentation here. I kind of want to explain, I mentioned that we've been out for 2 years now. Just where we are and what we've done in the past couple of years. So we have currently over 3,000 venues in the system. We have 256 subscribing venues. We have 300 registered users, or what I like to call explorers. And you don't have to register to use the site, but some people like to save their favorite venues and things like that. We successfully raised money. We've been recognized by TechCo as one of the top Southeast tech companies in 2016. We were featured and promoted by Tampa Bay is Awesome. We got 3rd place at USS Pitch competition last year. We were featured live on Building the Future podcast. It's a podcast based out of Atlanta. I highly recommend it if you listen to podcasts. And we were also accepted and attended the 2016 SelfX conference in Miami, which actually just had this year a couple weeks ago. And throughout the time, I couldn't put my finger on it, but I've been developing this, and I always felt like something was missing. I couldn't figure it out. I actually figured out there's 2 things that was missing, and I'm going to go into detail of those right now. Vendors. So I always knew from the business plan from when I first started, I wanted to offer a service to vendors. They go hand in hand, right? I wanted but I always thought it was going to be in the form of an advertisement. But I'm finding that we just started listing vendors right alongside venues, and the vendors are finding it really impactful. We're getting a ton more subscriptions through vendors. People are engaging with it more, and the reason being is I think that the venue owners and managers are so hard to get in touch with sometimes. You got to go through like 10, 15 people just to get to the decision maker. But a lot of these vendors are family owned and operated. You get to speak to the individual, and they don't have a brick and mortar location, so online presence is key. So we're having a huge success with vendors right now and some vendor subscriptions. So could the future of VenueViking be vendor Viking? I don't know, we'll see, but it's headed in that direction. Also, I love the event planning process. That's why I built VenueViking. I streamlined the entire thing. I spent so much time automating this process that I forgot the personal touch that I loved about it so much. So I really want to go back to the roots, start more localized, offer services to venue owners, venue managers, and to customers planning events. So, big goal, big idea is to have my own event planning team out there conducting events on a daily basis, helping people find and locate venues, and then also helping venue owners and managers bring more events to them, whether it be through social media efforts, customer loyalty programs, or anything like that. And that's kind of, the direction and the shape that we're going. I really just want to take a step back and kind of reorganize, and I'm looking forward to taking everybody's questions. I know I kind of skipped around a lot. There's a lot of information there, so yeah. Thank you.
So I think this was a great example of a follow-up presentation. You really walked us through what you learned, how you've pivoted as a company, and done that. One thing I was not clear on, and maybe to incorporate in your presentation some bits from the first one, who's your customer?
Yeah, so, and that's been my question ever since. Because when we first started, you can't have venues and subscribing venues without having traffic going to the site. No one's going to want to be on it. And then to the other sense, no one's going to use it unless you have vendors. So we had to create a free model, and that's basically what we did. So we went out to venues and vendors, or not vendors at first, but just venues, and put free listings on there to get people after they start using the site. Our paying customer currently is the vendors and venues paying a subscription model to be on the site.
What have you found about how people looking for a venue for events, how they buy, how they find a place? Do they search for venues that are specific to their type of event? Are they searching by city? What does that look like?
I think it's very specific based on the type of event, what the process looks like. If you're just planning a birthday dinner or something where it's not so formal, something like this is really good because it gives you a lot of options. You can search by restaurants, which only brings up restaurant venues. Weddings are a little bit more in detail. There's more planning. There's more going out and really looking and going to the venue and checking it out. So this just lends to that as a way to get in contact with these venues. I really just think it depends on the event type element of that.
So as a follow-up, when you're searching, do you have an option to filter by that kind of thing, or just what is it for weddings or conferences?
Let's see if I can go back here. Alright, so if we go back. But yeah, there's categories and filters up at the top where you can search by different things. So this category, so if we wanted to do, and as you can see, this is where we start listing the vendors as well. We have DJs, florists, museums, ballet services. So, but if we were saying, I only want a wedding on the beach, basically click the beach type category, and it's only going to bring up the places that are located on the water. And then, if you're looking for a birthday specifically, so then you can narrow it down a little bit more. And all these places still do birthdays, so a lot of them still came up, but that's how you work.
What's the cost to a venue to be accented on the program?
So there's 3 different subscription packages, and depending on the subscription, it's going to offer different services. To get something like the profile, like Petersburg with the high slider and reviews and space features and all that, currently we're offering the packages start at $29 a month, and they go up to $173 is the highest package a month. Okay.
So, based off like something currently, you guys are just on inbound subscriptions right now for revenue, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Do you guys have plans to expand or wrap out for larger deal sizes in the future, or I may be that far off?
Yeah. I mean, my goal originally was to really start local and be really targeted, and then I didn't do that. I really branched out. That's how we have 3,000 venues in the system. We have venues all over the U.S., mainly in the southeast region, but and that is kind of the goal, to like get back to the roots and be more targeted and more personalized. And there could be an option to that portion of the booking process as well.
You get involved in the meeting planning side, which it sounds like you really like to do.
Yeah.
Is that right? How do you get paid?
So from this, you just get paid on subscription, but I do offer like different consulting. I've done menu development for different clients that have private event spaces. Basically I charge for my time, but other than that, outside of this, but I'm looking to kind of bring them all together.
So the reason I ask that is it seems like to me that there would be an opportunity at the event venue to get some income from that if you chose that vendor for your client.
Like per booking almost?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've looked at that, and there's software out there that does it now, that we could potentially integrate in and get a cut of, each per booking or the cost of the total event.
I had this comment last time, but I try to think of events that that we as a company plan, and especially in a small business, it's the annual Christmas party, and then it's, hey, do we have it at a station house? Do we have it at another restaurant? It's always such a pain in the ass. You make a lot of phone calls. The event people, they only work certain hours. You're always leaving voicemails. Then you find out it doesn't accommodate the number of people you need. It's just, that process to me is still really messy, and it's still something that the majority of companies have to do. And I still feel like there's something to it where if you went to 100 venues in the greater St. Pete area, and you said, hey, we're going to spend $50,000, whatever it is, doing a marketing campaign, 2 small businesses saying, hey, go to this website to book your holiday party, but then you calculated, okay, well, we'll get X number of subscription dollars from the venues who are going to put themselves into the system. I would love as a customer to be able to click on a particular date or weekend we're thinking of having our party, seeing the different venues, seeing a picture of them, seeing how many people they hold, what the average price range is. I know that's an annual thing. It's not like an ongoing throughout the year business, but that would get a ton of traffic and subscription flow that hopefully those people who signed up for the Christmas holiday, party, they stay in the system and keep paying that monthly fee January, February, March after that event's over. My gut still tells me that there's something to that to get more into the pipeline.
Yeah, I always knew when I started this thing that it could go 20 different ways, and I'm still figuring it out, honestly, and while it's growing and it's organically just kind of moving along, I still know there's a lot to be learned from this software, and I still know that there's a lot to be discovered and new opportunities that are going to arise from it.
So this would be per month basis. It's not, you don't make them sign a contract.
They can choose to do an annual subscription. If they do, it saves them about 17% based on an annual. But yeah, it's month to month.
Is there a way currently for Google Analytics to keep track of the actual click-throughs and then translate that to actual purchases?
Yeah, so there's a whole sales dashboard side of this for the venue owner and manager they can log in and they can see actually how many leads they're getting sent to their site. They can see, you know, how many bookings they're getting through it. So there is a whole back end to this that I didn't go into, and it has everything from a sales dashboard that keeps track of all your clients. So it's a full CRM on the back end of this for the.
And is there a way to take contacts from another CRM and import them into yours?
Not an automated way, it'd be more of a manual.
I would assume that most of your searches would be local searches for local venues and stuff. But do you have a percentage of how many people are searching? Like I'm here about saying an event in Miami, I'm looking at another town that I don't know.
I don't have like I don't have an analytic that tells me exactly where people are searching. I do know that, you know, because we spread out so quick and so rapidly, and to go back, anybody starting a business, really just trying to stay targeted. I think it's extremely important. That was the idea, but then I ended up just going out and listing everywhere, and then I realized I can't pay for advertising in every city that I just, you know, listed venues in. So it's kind of counterproductive, but at the same time, a lot of my paying venues aren't even in Florida. You know, there's a lot in Austin, Texas. Like some cities just adapt the software more than others, I think.
Yeah, a lot of the questions seem to be trying to encourage you to provide services as part of the food, but I think your resistance setting to be, no, I want to just listen to vendors, venues, and stuff like that. Is that true? Are you open or energetically looking for?
I actually want to offer a more personalized service, and that's what I was talking about. I spent so much time and money and development into making this thing automated. I mean, this thing sends out automated claim emails. If they don't claim, it sends them another one. I mean, the automation is there. This thing has been going for 2 years, and it's basically ran by itself. But that's what's missing for me is the personal touch, is the, you know, connecting with these owners and managers and just individual clients playing events, and that's what I want to really kind of get back into and see if I keep into.
Maybe I missed part of this, Lisa. Tell me what your passion and what your background is with regards to this.
Yeah, so I've been in the event industry ever since I graduated college. I actually went to school for advertising, design, and marketing, but I did an internship at Seasons 52, it's a garden restaurant, but as a sales manager conducting their events. I ended up started working for Darden, and I opened a lot of the Eddie V's restaurant chains that they acquired back in 2009 and helped them build all their sales through private dining events. We actually, our first year the Tampa location opened, we got to $9 million, and $1 million of it was just event revenue that I incurred. I helped for Coco Steak over here locally do all their events and get their whole thing set up. I left Rococo to start VenueViking, but since I started VenueViking, I actually got a ton of other opportunities where I've been helping. Currently, I'm a partner at Station House, and that's why I said it was my favorite venue. You know, I've got a lot of other opportunities. That is a 5-story facility, a 30,000 square foot that I help develop and train all the people that are in place there for the events now. So it's just kind of my wheelhouse. It's what I know. It's what I'm passionate about, and you know that's why I am.
How are you? I guess one thing I there's a organization side of things, so and also your obviously that embodies right? So how are you getting current stores and the ones you have, you know, you have 30,000 current subscribers last store. How are you continuing to stay top of mind?
What was the last one?
How are you continuing to stay top of mind with the stores of
So we do blogs and newsletters to people that are currently in the system. We also, which haven't done a lot of lately, but we've done a lot of social media posting and things like that to keep the users engaged. Try and feature our blogs around event planning. You know, some of the topics that we talk about are the top 5 we get a lot of traffic through that and kind of engaging. Also, every venue that's on the site, I try and have them link their profile to their opening email to a client or something, so someone is automatically drawn to their site to see an overview of what they have, which is constantly bringing traffic every day just from those people sending those emails out.
And I just want to mention, I agree with the gentleman over here that my initial thought was that, yeah, there needs to be some type of revenue share. I don't know how you figure that piece out tech-wise, but it seems as though if you look at a $5,000 event, that's really where the buzz can come from. The supplemental venue or current revenue is just kind of gravy, but it seems like there needs to be more.
Yeah, and actually, and with taking this more personalized approach, I'm probably going to go more to that model and not so much a subscription-based model. The subscription-based model was really the idea to just get started. It's just something to kind of put in place, to start collecting money while this thing grew. We always knew we wanted to have some sort of built-in feature or some sort of like rev share curriculum.
Did you say that owner station house is your partner in this business?
Correct. Well, no, not in this.
Okay.
I'm myself, but I'm a partner with KMS.
So, how profitable is it now?
So right now, it pays its bills. It pays its bills. It doesn't really pay me anything. I was going to use this for my closing statement, but let's go ahead and say it now. I started VenueViking 2 years ago. Left my full-time, high-paying job. My wife almost killed me, and I did it. But because I did it, it has opened so many opportunities, so many doors. I've met so many people. I wouldn't be standing here today even talking about VenueViking still if I wouldn't have started it. Because like I said, I'm partners in multiple businesses now. I get to help entrepreneurs all day long start businesses, a station house. And so this thing has kind of been on the back burner, and I'm ready to bring it to light again. So that's why I'm presenting it today.
We have a Facebook Live question. What can vendors do to get listed on VenueViking?
So any vendor or venue can actually list themselves, but to kind of regulate the process, it has to be approved by an admin. So once someone lists themselves, they can put in all their pictures, do everything, but it won't actually go live to the site until it's approved by an admin. So I would just go in, I'll get an email saying they did it, and then I'll go in and make sure that's a legitimate business, they have all the correct information, and I'll approve it live on the site.
Just had an idea that maybe your sales force for this are event planners, because one thing that I really like through all the stuff that you've done in the different companies is the imagery, the branding, just the visual style of it is awesome. And most venues' websites suck. I mean, most sites in general, it's like, hey, here's one picture of our grand ballroom with a bunch of bullet points, right?
Most of them don't even have pictures of their, a lot of restaurants and hotels to that point. There might be a private dining section, but it really doesn't even go into detail about what the space has or offers.
Right. So if I'm an event planner talking to somebody about their wedding and I want to send them links to 5 potential venues, and those 5 links are just 5 crappy websites, it doesn't really help me as an event planner move that process along or help them pick a venue. So if your event planners are going to their typical, because I'm sure they, wherever they live, they might have, okay, these are the 20 venues that I generally recommend people to. If they were selling those subscriptions or doing that to those venues to say, hey, I'm an event planner, I send 10 weddings a year to your site, your site's horrible, for $100 a month, whatever it is, you get a beautiful site that looks like this, and then they're getting $20 a month from that. It doesn't really cost you much. You could probably do, I'm sure there are a couple event planner trade shows that you could set up a booth at and say, hey, here's an instant way to make additional money. I mean, it just feels like you could get a sales force with very little, obviously time, and there's a lot of time in that, but you wouldn't have to pay these people directly, and it's win for you, win for the planner, win for the venue.
Yeah, no, and I have a ton of event planner connections and friends in the industry. And almost everybody I meet or talk to, I'm always like, hey, would you want to sell some venues subscriptions on the site? And everybody's always kind of laughs it off. or whatever, but some people have taken me up on it. And I have definitely gotten sales from other event planners and things. So I just haven't procured one that has been, full-time actively helping me, which has been kind of hit and miss. But it is an opportunity that I definitely can leverage probably more than what I do.
So, just kind of hearing what he said, I kind of had a bit of idea. Are you familiar with how Medium lets you pay to have your site posted through Medium? So you can just take advantage of starting a blog at days with 20 million views already. Would you consider doing something similar? Like you said, websites are getting really bad. To just charge a venue to just have their domain direct to this platform so they can have that pay through that so they can just have that.
So it's like it's on website basically.
Right, and just whatever the DNS or the routing method.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, the technology is there, so it'd be easy to kind of plug and play. It's a great template or outline. So I've never actually thought about that. Each domain, if you go in, does have a subdomain. It is VenueViking/Clearwater Beach, so they do have their own subdomain. But for that to be its own website, I never thought about it. Would be pretty cool. One thing too that I want to touch on is ever since I started this thing, I always wanted to do virtual tours of the venue, like 3D mapping virtual tours, so people could really understand what the venue is and walk through it without even needing to go there. I feel like I'm getting really close to making that a reality, so that'll be an awesome new feature that we will be providing. And with that, I would probably get rid of the subscription model, charge them to come in and do the 3D mapping and the tour, and give that to them where they can put that on their website and also put it on VenueViking.
Well, there's one of the advantages that a approved vendor would have versus just a regular venue on a website.
Well, how it does it right now is it basically filters the vendors in with the venues. Obviously, there's a lot more venues in the system right now than there are vendors. So typically it's every 5 to 6. You'll scroll down, you'll see a vendor. There's not really any advantages other than the fact that they are listed right alongside the venues. One of the biggest selling points to smaller mom and pop venues and vendors is they can be listed right next to the Dons and Czars of the world and the trade winds and the noise, because I think all the subscription packages are the same, no matter who you are, anyone can afford it and be right next to the top dog. So it's very non-discriminating in that sense. And then if people are looking for something specific and they use the category, which is they only want to find photographers, then
I've got two things. You mentioned virtual tours. I think that's an awesome idea. There's actually a company in San Francisco called Sharing their is to do virtual tours of like luxury condos, and all they do is bring in a bunch of leads from the web and partner with the condo association and put them into a lease. And I think you can do the same thing, but with way bigger margins than this. Another thing I'm considering, it'd be really cool to open up an API for the developers to build using your resources. The only thing we can really do to get venues is through Google Places, which becomes expensive. So it'd be really nice to be able to access this, build on top of the data that you have, and then another revenue stream, another sales channel.
So with larger like annual customers, like do you have a full understanding of probably do what their expectations are in terms of like metrics that they expect to reach, by signing up with you guys?
Well, I take every client like really personal. So if I see the lead isn't getting to them and I know that they paid, I'll spend personal time on my own to try and get someone to look at that facility. I don't know what their expectation is. I would assume that they would expect at least 5 or 6 leads every month, or so. But the price point of my services, if they book one event from within an entire year, it pays for itself. So So really, in my mind, if I get them one event, I'm good. If I get them 2 events, they're making money. If I get them 3 events, it's a good profitable thing for them.
All right, time to ask the final question. What can we as a community do to help VenueViking?
Yeah, so again, I wanted to switch it up a little bit. I knew that question was coming.
Always does.
Yeah, it does. Every time. I really just, as a community, I encourage everybody just get out of their comfort zone. If they have an idea, they're thinking about starting a business, do it. It's going to open so many more doors, and I wouldn't be where I was if I didn't start this company. And while it's not the next big thing yet, it potentially could be, but it's also propelled me in so many other ways that I could never imagine. So, just as a community, get out there, be entrepreneurs, and take a great time.
Two great presenters today. I picked up on a theme, to continue Michael's request at the end, but also Startup Us is 3 or 4 days that you're packing an idea together before presenting to investors. Iron Yard in the middle talked about demo day. These guys working 3 weeks before they present something. You've heard me ask the questions and talk about this before. It always kills me when I hear somebody say, "Yeah, I've been working for a year doing this thing, and I'm ready. I'm about to show somebody." No, spend a couple days, a couple weeks getting together your concept, your core thing that you think is going to be valuable, and get feedback right away from a group like this, right? Get out in the community and share it. Getting feedback early can save you a lot of time and help point you in that right direction. So I love the fact that events like Startup Us and Demo Day and all that are just, hey, let's scramble, work really hard on this, throw it against the wall, and then kind of go from there. So that ties into my theme of if you're thinking of presenting or know somebody who is, hey, I'm working on this idea, I don't think I'm ready yet. Well, what could hurt by getting in front of the group and saying, hey, I'm only this far along. What am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? What feedback do I need? Don't wait until it's prime time, right? The time is now to get feedback. So, enough on that point. Thank you for coming to speak. If you are interested in presenting, Google 1 million come see Chief. Click apply to present, get you in the flow, and talk to us here, volunteers who will give us set up for the coming weeks. Post on your social media. I did 1 million comes today. 1MC STP. We spent enough time on things. And hope to see you next Wednesday night.